from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February. There's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And for Aaron Rodgers, that last throw, a big one. He goes over 60,000 passing yards for his great career, something only 8 others have done before. A very cool moment, and congratulations to him on what has been an exceptional career. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. To Dobbs. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here in Vegas. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. A first carry for the All-Pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
2nd and 9 from the 44. Off play action. Strong. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
To throw on 3rd down. Strong. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And the Raiders have got him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 3rd down and very long. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. The rookie Jaden Reed deep for the Packers. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. On play action, Rodgers. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Now 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So here now the rookie 6th-rounder, Anders Carlson, for the Packer field goal. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the 1st half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Strong. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing on first down. Strong. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. The Raiders had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have the home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Strong. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Myers may be one of the most unsung wide receiver ones of the last 2 seasons with over 800 yards of steady production both years. The Raiders add him to a loaded receiver room, and they'll rely on him to move the chains as he did in New England.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Strong. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second to fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Hey, take 26.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
3rd and 9 here.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll let this go for Adams. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is taken at the 15. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Strong. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's Myers again with another catch. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. Reed wrestling ahead. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Rodgers now on first down. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Wilson showing there that he has a chance to be an incredible pass rusher and still only scratching the surface of his potential. It's all about bringing him along right and helping him grow early in his career.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. On third down, here's Jones. Powering his way forward. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Strong. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here comes Reed. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2nd and 9.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, 88.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 38 yards. And the Packers are able to widen their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether
blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Steps away to his left. This complete to Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Not liking the look, they'll change the play. First down, here's White. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 14. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Lucas Van Ness in there on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Strong. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down. Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On play action, Rodgers. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
26.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are well off start as they extend their lead. Now Carlson for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers, 74 yards. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again. Here the 4th. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Rodgers going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense defense. They get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically thinking 6 points the other way, but what I like most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and didn't commit any penalties as well.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This crowd alive again. Some were headed for the exits, but a fourth quarter comeback has tied things up as the kick is away here. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Here's Rodgers to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run wide side with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
2nd and 1 from the 2. Now Rodgers. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there and up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And now off to the races down the right side. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. And even 150 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Here we go. 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point on the throw. And that will make this a 4-point game. The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. This is 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They go with White on the counter, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers to throw. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
Now Rodgers gotta have this one. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Raiders, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.